Today on the channel, we go over all the latest Mattel WWE news that was released today. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel. And today, it's exciting. I'm amped, I'm hyped. You guys know it, I love wrestling figures. I love wrestling figure reveals, and that's exactly what we got via WWE.com today. With the help of Mattel, obviously. Bill and Steve on there, talking about all the new releases we're going to have in 2021 and maybe beyond, and I'm sure there's more surprises to come, but today was a big day, and you want to follow along, make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you're following me on Twitter at SirPaul64, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. As you guys know, we'll be unboxing every single one of these on the channel. When they come, they come. We'll unbox all of them, and you'll have other videos like this out there. So you want to be subscribed to the YouTube, follow me along for all the excitement that is to come. But let's get into it. You guys know I'm excited. Let's get into it and talk about it, and we'll do it in order. Do it in the same order they did it. Might as well. First thing we talked about, WWE Masters of the Universe. Talked about Series 6 going up for pre-order on Walmart.com right now. That's the Ultimate Warrior set, Kane. Very, very popular set. Stephanie McMahon, Bill Goldberg, of course. I will be unboxing those on the channel in the next couple of days, so be on the lookout for that as well. So that's up for pre-order on Walmart.com. But they talked about Series 7. That's the excitement, Series 7. First one they showed, Bret the Hitman Hart, and how I never thought of this. I always see these things and I say, how did I not think of this? But it's Bret Hart as Triclops. So you got the different head spinning going on with the different colored sunglasses. Genius, genius, genius on Mattel's part there. I think that is awesome. That's going to be a cool Bret Hart. Definitely a guy that deserves to be a part of the line. I love that a whole lot. Then after that, we saw JYD. I didn't think we'd see JYD in the Masters line, but there he is. I believe this is Clamp Champ inspired. That blue kind of says that, but I'm not exactly sure. They didn't really say. He does come with the leash for a dog and all that kind of stuff, but I believe Clamp Champ, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. And then you got Sergeant Slaughter, kind of man of arms type look, I guess you would call it. Obviously, the Sergeant Slaughter colors. Sergeant Slaughter, another classic that we want in this line. I like that a lot. And then finally, they announced a major one is Andre the Giant will be in the line, and Andre will be upscaled. Upscaled, larger than your traditional Origins figure, which makes a heck of a lot of sense. I really like that, as we do know there were some giants in the He-Man land. I wonder if that is an Easter egg of what is to come to the Masters of the Universe Origins line down the road, possibly. You wouldn't think they'd make this mold for just a one-time use, so they're going to use that somewhere else. But to make Andre in the line is awesome, but to make him actually bigger than the other figures, that's what you got to do. That's the attention to detail. Thank you, Mattel, there. So the Masters lineup, roll on. I love it. I hope that line continues for a long time. Series 7 is a very interesting one, as it is all Legends based. Usually they try to throw somewhat current people in there, at least one. Not the case with this one, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take it all day long. We also, after that, were shown basic Showdown packs. We used to know they were the battle packs back in the day. Now they're called Showdown packs. And we got 3 flashback packs coming. Mixed results on my end on this. You guys know I only buy the basics if there's no elite version. First time in the line sometimes get me. They got to be really special occasions. And the first one they showed was Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mankind. That's going to be a pass for me, unfortunately. I have enough Stone Colds in the elite form that I'm okay with. And then the Mankind, I already have this Mankind in elite form as well. However, a lot of people I could see that didn't have those back in the day will definitely jump on this one right now, and I don't blame them at all for that. So I do think that will be a hot seller. Obviously, you put 2 Hall of Famers like that together, it's going to be a good seller. Not for me, though. That's going to be a pass. The next one, I will pick up. That's the Big Boss Man. We do have the elite of that one, so I didn't really need that. But British Bulldog in his jeans attire, you know, his late 90s attire. I always thought it was strange back in the day when he was wearing this attire. But it's a moment in time. It's one that needs represented. I'm guessing we're not going to get an elite of that, so a basic we'll have to do, so I will definitely be picking that pack up. And then the final one they showed was 2 females in the battle pack. I keep wanting to say battle pack. Showdown. Got to correct myself. We saw Trish, Stratus, and Chyna. Chyna, no stranger to the lineups as of late. This will be her first basic style figure, I believe. That one I don't foresee me getting either. I play the long game on my basics. I try to get them for retail out at the stores or at a discount. That's when I usually pick up my basics for the most part. We then saw some SummerSlam basics, I believe they were calling these. These are coming out with the Summerslam Elite, so we can always see they'll probably have the SummerSlam packaging as well. And we're getting Roman Reigns, more updated Roman Reigns in the basic assortment. Easy pass for me. We have a very good Elite that just came out. We got that new top picks coming out. And then we got another Elite coming out we'll talk about in a little bit. And then we saw Bayley. I think I might pick up this Bayley, depending on if there's a new Elite announced of her very soon. I'm going to pick that Bayley up, is my plan, at least. We'll see. We also got a Kane, one of my favorite versions of Kane. Pass for me, though. I have it in the Elite line, but for those that don't have that Elite Kane, I can see them wanting to jump on that right away. After that, we see Silver Surfer Rey Mysterio. An interesting one, a throwback. Jax has done that in the past. I don't like the looks of the rendering on this one, but it's just a computer rendering. There's a lot to go. It looks like that very early, skinny Rey Mysterio, where it's very skinny up top and the legs are a little too big. That's how it always looked to me. But we'll see. Maybe that'll get corrected a little bit, but I think that is going to be a pickup for me. That's a moment in time. That's a different figure. I assume they wouldn't make an Elite of it if they're making that one, so we'll go with that. We also saw Apollo Crews. He's going to be in there twice. He will have the Chase figure, is what we're told on that one as well. After that, we saw Jake Atlas. So Jake Atlas, actually Apollo isn't the Chase in that basic. Jake Atlas is going to be the Chase in the basics there. So first time in the line, once again, that's one I'm probably going to pick up. I'm not sure if Jake Atlas will have an Elite. If he does, it won't be really anytime soon. At least that's what my heart is telling me. So Jake Atlas basic. And then we saw a really solid one, Dexter Loomis basic. They really got that head sculpt. I know these are computer generated, so we'll see how it comes out. It does look a little weird in the picture, I feel. But at first time in the line, I think I'll have to pick that one up. Same thing with Damien Priest. They showed Damien Priest off. It sounds like he's going to come with tape around his ribs as well. We've seen that with Seth Rollins basics in the past. But Damien Priest, first time in the line, and I have to think Damien Priest will have an Elite fairly soon. Mattel is doing a really smart business decision. I always talk about it on the channel. Put your business hat on. Take that step back. Throw Damien Priest, make people like me or others that collect primarily Elites, hey, step into the basic realm. Get your first Damien Priest, and then what? Guess what? 2 months later, here's his Elite. Very smart marketing. So we'll see. It'll be interesting if they announce one. Like Karrion Kross, I always felt they announced that basic and the Elite too close together. Made a lot of people say, I'm not getting that basic. I'll get the Elite. Will they announce a Damien Priest about the time this comes out and they'll have the same fortunes there? Time will tell. We'll see. But then we get into some super exciting stuff. We get into Elite 86, which I believe is already up for pre-order. I swear I already have it pre-ordered from ringsidecollectibles.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. SummerSlam Elites come out every year. Unfortunately, no Mabel Viscera this year. We were hoping for Big Daddy V, maybe in his, his pajamas. That would have been a pretty cool one, but not this year, I guess. So we'll see. But we are getting the ruler of the world. We're getting Sid Justice in his referee outfit, which is cool. I'm all for that. That's a cool moment in time. But even better, it's a 2-in-1. Gonna need to have 2 of those Sids. They have underneath, you take that off, what are you left with? You're left with his WCW attire. I always love this reddish, orange, flamish kind of colored attire. It was even made by Galoob in the old school WCW line. I believe that was the UK exclusive. One of these days, that's on my long game. I'll track that one down. I need to get those UK ones one day. I absolutely love that figure. I am all in on 2 Sids. You don't have to, argue with me. I'm getting them. And then they showed The Fiend. I don't know. I guess I don't have The Fiend figures close enough to me. Is this just a re-release? Is there anything special with this one? I'm not exactly sure. He does come with the blue title, which would be a first for him. But we always talk about it. Got to get the most out of your molds. That's an expensive mold. They're really working it overkill a little bit. But I understand it. I understand it a lot. I talk about it on the channel. What do the people want? Well, they want big wrestlers. They want face-painted wrestlers. They want masked wrestlers. They want heavily tattooed wrestlers. They want the Ultimate Warrior. Wait, no. But you get my gist. That's what they want. That's what the kids want out there. People want. And say what you want about The Fiend. I don't see his figures hanging on the pegs like Finn Balor and AJ Styles at this point. So we haven't got to the point of overkill. Maybe for hardcore collectors we have, but not the average Joe consumer out there. So we'll have another Fiend. Then we saw Triple H. We're getting Triple H as the Chase, kind of in the bluish purple tights and in the orangish reddish tights, I guess they'd be. We got that coming as the Chase. And then we saw Miz. It seems like it's been an eternity since Miz has been in the Elite line. I couldn't tell you the last one it was. 10 sets ago, maybe, something like that. It's definitely been a while since we've seen The Miz in the line. We also are getting Carmella, another one. I think Carmella's only Elite was that Fan Central Walmart exclusive back in the day. A very solid figure. One of the best female figures, actually, to me, ever. This is a little throwback Carmella, and she looks like she's got soft, good pants on her. That should be a pretty solid one. And then we saw Colonel Mustafa, the old Iron Sheik. He is going to be the collector's exclusive. I believe that's going to be a Target exclusive on that one. I'm all in on that one. That's a great one. That's a moment in time from when I was a kid. Sergeant Slaughter did the unthinkable, unimaginable. I think the Vegas odds, I don't think they even gave odds because they knew the Ultimate Warrior was going to retain against Slaughter. That dastardly Macho Man interfered. I'll never forget it. Broke my heart, but he got his comeuppance, I guess we'd call it. As we all know, the Ultimate Warrior retired the Macho Man. We'll never forget it. But anyways, Colonel Mustafa coming to the Elite line as the Collector's Edition. Great. I hope that leads to a General Adnan. I hope that leads to a Sergeant Slaughter. You guys that follow along, you guys see my Jack's Classic Tag Teams reviews. We talked about that Colonel Mustafa Sergeant Slaughter pack, and during that I said we need Elites of those guys. One step closer. I gotta think the Sergeant Slaughter one's coming. We saw the Sergeant Slaughter announced today in the Masters of the Universe set. I think it's just a matter of time before we get Slaughter in his Iraqi stuff. One note, there's no Iraqi flag on the vest of the shirt. It looks like it's a soft goods shirt. It does not have that. I guess I want to say that's unfortunate, but we know how that's going. We saw that recently with the Nikolai Volkov. That's just the way things are going as far as flags and stuff. Nobody wants to be offended in this day and age, and a little flag unbelievably offends some people out there. It doesn't offend me, and I'm sure most of you guys as well. It does not. Then we were getting into 87. We saw some more pictures, or we saw pictures of 87, and the long-rumored, the long-talked about Candace Larae figure is finally coming. A lot of detail on this figure. Really cool just looking at the boots on this one, but then the entrance jacket is really next level. It'll be interesting how small this one is. Is this going to scale? She is a very small female wrestler. It'll be interesting her scale on her figure. Should be one of the smallest figures of all time, I would imagine. We also saw our boy Apollo Crews, and old Apollo, he's getting the Chase edition on this one, on the Elite version. We haven't had Apollo, it's been a long time. I remember he came with that NXT not soft goods, plasticky jacket and all that. It's been a long time, so good for Apollo to come back. Unfortunately, they just missed it by a hair. As we all know, Apollo on current TV has changed his gimmick up. A lot of people, I can see the old threadheads of the world and some of the custom shirt makers and all that kind of stuff having a field day with this one, making extra props and all that kind of stuff. One note with this one as well, first edition of the U.S. title, the new U.S. title. Say what you want about it. Well, it's coming to the line. It's going to be there with Apollo, and like we said, Apollo will be the Chase on this one. We also saw a picture of Santos Escobar. Very Andrade-esque, the way they're releasing this one, with an alternate head with the mask on. I always thought that was cool. Once again, that's going to make people buy two of them. I'm not sure where I sit on that one. I did not buy two of those Andrades. I don't think I'll buy two of these Santos Escobars. And you guys got to know, what head am I going to use? Of course I'm going to use the masked head on mine. And you should too. Everybody wants masked wrestlers. The more masked wrestlers, the better. So that's what I'm going to go with. He also has that NXT Cruiserweight title comes with him. One that shockingly hasn't been in the lineup for a long time, and she's making her return to the Elite lineup. Asuka with mask. I got to assume there might be some soft goods with this, maybe an entrance jacket or something to give this a little bit more pizzazz. I guess time will tell in that regard. But, we all know about Bill McKean and his love for Asuka out there. So we'll see what happens with that. We also saw probably the biggest reveal of the day, quite possibly the biggest reveal of the day. And that has to be the Warlord. You guys know, I've said it already in this video, people want masked wrestlers, they want big wrestlers, they want tattooed wrestlers, and what do they want the most? Face-painted wrestlers. And one of them, outside of the Ultimate Warrior, it doesn't get much bigger than the old Warlord. Give us the Barbarian next, it's time. Do something, sign Barbarian. We need the powers of pain in all their glory. But if you had to choose between them, man, I'm all in on that Warlord. I love the Warlord. I love Demolition. I love LOD. I love the Ultimate Warrior. I love Sting back in the day, old Surfer Sting. That's my wheelhouse. That's what I want. I think I can hear my dad shedding a tear from his house right now. You guys know he loves the Warlord. He's going to be getting this. There's going to be a new mantra. The mantra of the channel, no warrior left behind. It's going to be no Warlord left behind coming this late summer, early fall, whatever it ends up being. I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting to have that Warlord. Big, face painted, got his like gauntlet type overcoat vest type thing going on. Love it. Sign me up. I want it all day long. Whew, after that, I mean, we really should end the video there, but you know what? We're going to keep going. And Roman Reigns is coming out. We're getting another Roman Reigns Elite. No stranger to the Elite line, as we all know at this point. But we're getting another Roman Reigns Elite, and it's going to be more updated, even more than his last one. Extra tattoo work, got that golden, like, gauntlets on his arm, all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll sell okay. And then the return to the Elite line, one of the longest gaps since R-Truth, probably. MVP, a modern-day MVP. I'm excited for that one. That's going to be a good one. I'll definitely be picking up MVP. You know I need to pick that one up. So MVP, that'll be an interesting one. Like I said, R-Truth had a long, long wait, and so did he. So very cool to get MVP back on the line. And then they showed and talked about the next tag team set, or classic 2-pack, whatever you want to call it. 2-pack Elite. And it's going to be the old rumored Rock and Sock connection. So we're getting the Rock, no stranger to the Elite line. We are going to get Rocco, his hand puppet Sock, just like we're going to get Mankind's Socko. So that is kind of cool to get those back. And I love what Mattel did here. They gave us, and I don't remember this, but apparently it must have happened. I hope it happened. But they gave him the blue jean color sweatpants, the blue instead of the traditional black. I'm assuming he wore that once. It just escapes my mind. But I'm glad it's a point of difference and really makes people buy it where they wouldn't have got it earlier. So I'm all in on this Mankind, not all in on the Showdown one or whatever that we talked about earlier. So that's cool. Then we also saw first pictures of the long-rumored Survivor Series Elite set with Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan. Two classics in that Survivor Series set. Makes sense for me that Bret Hart's a different Bret Hart. Even comes with that pinkish colored chair, which I think is really cool. Then Hulk Hogan. They said Hulk Hogan will come with a soft goods shirt. Not exactly sure what shirt that is. I guess we could look back to the Survivor Series, and it's probably going to be that one, I would imagine. But it'll be great for those people that really want this version of Hulk Hogan that maybe slept on the defining moments or some of the basics in the past. Two of them are going to be very hot sellers. The Survivor Series set traditionally always starts off hot, really expensive on Ringside, and then usually goes to big lots and is on pretty heavy-duty clearance after that. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the case this year, but with Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan in the same set, that's some major, major firepower for that line, so that's going to be a big one. Then they turned around and they talked about Legends Series 10 at Target. Target exclusive, as you know. John Cena, DDP, Vader, and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. A solid, solid set. Brutus being the chase. I don't know how many Vaders I'm going to need. At least 2. But those went up for pre-order on Target today. As I film this, they are up for pre-order. Do not snooze on that. I talk about it all the time on the channel. I know people get canceled. I know things like that happen. It sucks. I hate it. But at the same time, pre-order it. If they cancel it, find it at the stores, but you might as well give yourself a leg up and have a chance to get it via pre-order. So I would say pre-order, and then if you find it in the stores before, guess what? You can always cancel your pre-order. Do yourself a favor. Don't kick yourself later. Do that. Get it done. But then, a big surprise. I didn't expect to see this, but they announced a Legends Series 11. And they started off with one I'm really excited about. You guys know me. Big wrestler. Doesn't get much bigger than old Big John Studd. Heck, it's in his name. I loved Big John Studd as a kid. I remember his Royal Rumble victory back in the day, way back in the day when I was a kid, and I thought he was the greatest thing ever. In hindsight, going back with my older eyes and more wisdom, maybe not the most exciting wrestler of all time, but definitely an iconic wrestler and definitely a giant. So you know I got to put him in my collection. I already have the 4-pack one, but I'm definitely picking this one up. I love that it comes with this soft goods robe. I always thought that is something that has been missing for a long time in Jakks and Mattel. So we got that. One that's going to be very exciting for a lot of people is we got Nwo Wolf Pack Scott Hall, the 2 thumbs, the cool like Tupac type bandana and his hair kind of going down. Definitely a cool Scott Hall. I think that one's going to be, everybody's going to be picking that one up, especially the Wolf Pack. Hopefully we get some more NWO flavor. You know, we got that WCW Sid coming, a little more NWO. Let's get some more WCW guys in the line. I'm all for that. Then we saw Macho Man Randy Savage, and he is going to be the chase in this one. And it's really cool. He's coming with that coffee creamer, the very famous promo. He's going to have the deco on the chase version from that coffee creamer promo. And then the regular edition is going to be just the regular plain Jane Macho Man. I always think when you close your eyes who do you see? This is the Macho Man I always think of. We had this way back in the Elite line, so it's time, I guess, for an update, a re-release. I can see a lot of long-time collectors groaning out there saying, ugh, that's going to devalue my old one. And I do personally think that is true, but that's the nature of the business. That's the way it goes. As much as we hate to see it sometimes, there's too much money on the table. Got to put our business hat on. Hasbro too, though. Mattel's going to re-release things like this. They have to. There's too much money on the table. They got to keep the lights on, just like you and I do as well. So we can hate it. It's got to happen, though. We got to need it. And I feel good about newer collectors getting a chance to own one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic Macho Man out there. It makes sense. I think that's fair. Yeah, so there you go. So Macho Man there. And then the one, I don't know which one I'm most excited about, but it very well could be this one. Bam Bam Bigelow, one of the greatest big wrestlers of all time, and he comes with the ECW TV title. Are we getting more ECW characters? Little Easter egg for the next announcement. Bam Bam Bigelow, one of my all-time favorites. Just a bad dude. Just a bad dude. Flames on his head. You guys know I'm all in on Bam Bam Bigelow from when I was a little kid, and especially his ECW days. That's when I loved him the most, as a part of the Triple Threat, and to get that TV title. And I got to think down the road we're going to get an RVD and we'll get that TV title again, possibly. But really happy to see some ECW love back in the lineup. And it doesn't get too much bigger for ECW until we go to the next one. Ringside exclusive Cactus Jack from ECW. Oh boy, take my money now, Ringside Collectibles. But you know what I got to do. When I'm ordering this, I got to put in discount code Kyle so I can save 10% at least. You know, I got to do that at least. But I can't wait to buy this one, and it's supposedly going out for pre-order today, so I've got to pick that one up. I might even pick 2 of these up. I'm that excited. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I absolutely love Cactus Jack. That by far is my favorite incarnation of Mick Foley. That is where I first knew him, back in the GWF days, as a little boy running home from school to catch GWF, missing the first 10 minutes because school got out at 3:10. It started at 3. You guys wouldn't believe how fast I sprinted home every single day to get that. And I'd always catch it right as the first commercial break was ending. But I'm all in. And it comes with that soft, good ECW shirt. Just take all my money. Take it all right now. I want that one. I can't wait to get that. I'm definitely day one ordering that on Ringside Collectibles. Then they talked about the Ultimate Edition, the old fan Ultimate Editions. Very interesting, the fan Ultimate Editions. As we know, they had the fan voting, but I think it went a little different than we thought it was going to go. Maybe I'm wrong there, but that's kind of how I read it. But we're getting Jeff Hardy. So Jeff Hardy is from the 2008 SmackDown. Jeff Hardy is what we're ended up getting there. And then we're getting Hulk Hogan, of course. I was really hoping for that Nitro Hulk Hogan. We need more WCW characters. That's what I voted for. I was really thinking we'd get that. But my heart was hoping that, but my brain said we were going to get what we got, and that's the WrestleMania 9. At least we're getting the extra head with the black eye. He does come with the title belt. The Hulk Hogan belt, extra hands, the glasses, all that kind of fun stuff you get with Hulk Hogan. So we got to look for that to come. And then officially announced Ultimate Edition Series 10. We've got John Cena from WrestleMania 22, and we got The Rock from WrestleMania 29. I thought this one might be closer to the other Ultimate Edition Rock because so many people missed out on that being an Amazon exclusive. I thought maybe they'd kind of do a make good and just do a little tweak or two, but they didn't. They went in a totally different direction, which I'm happy with because I bought, I pre-ordered on Amazon. I got my 2 rocks right when they were announced because I didn't want to miss it. So they did announce that. And then they also announced the Brahma Bull side plates on this belt. That's a nice little touch we usually don't get. So a little Easter egg in that Ultimate Edition Series 10 rock. So I thought that was fairly solid as well. And then for some people, the biggest news of the day. This is definitely big news for me. I don't know if it was my biggest news of the day. That WARLORD's pretty tough to beat, guys. I don't know, but there was a lot of good announcements. I'm very pleased with the announcements we got today. I think Mattel did a home run. There's a few that, don't really get me super excited, but you guys know I'll buy them. I got to keep complete. But for the most, I would say they were, in the A range here, the A range. And they capped it off with a lot of people have been screaming about for a heck of a long time. We want retros has been the rallying cry. Well, we got grayscale images of Mean Gene Okerlund and Rowdy Roddy Piper. And Roddy has a removable kilt in his wrestling gear. A lot of people gripe about that old Hasbro not being in wrestling gear. They're right and a wrong all these years later. So it'll be really interesting to find out more about these. When are they going to hit? My guess is Christmas at the earliest, probably next year. But who knows? I could be shocked there. But the one key, I'm excited about retros. I grew up on the Hasbros back in the day. I bought double sets of every single retro when they came out. I supported it with my wallet. But the thing is, we hear all the time, people say they want these, all that kind of stuff. We all know the internet is the vocal minority. They talk about it, they scream a lot, but the most people out there don't post. They don't say things. I mean, myself even, I don't get in hot, heated comments and arguments about things, and that's the majority of people don't. So it'll be very interesting. We, the hardcore wrestling figure fans out there, we want retros. But does the modern day, everyday Joe out there want retros? That's going to be the question that needs answered. That's who's going to make sure this line is a success. So if you like these and you've been screaming we want retros, you better be day one pre-order. Maybe buy a couple, get them for Christmas gifts, stuff like that, because they aren't going to continue to make these if they don't make money. If they break even on them, why do it? They got to make money. It is the toy business after all. So it'll be very, very interesting how it shakes out with these retro ones. I am hoping for the best. I wonder what the Chella Toys, Zombie Sailors of the World, and others think about them coming back now. I don't know if that takes a little bit of a shine off their product coming out. It doesn't to somebody like me because, hey, Sabu's not going to get a WWE Mattel Retro. You know, the Rock and Roll Express and Cardona and Myers for sure. A lot of those guys aren't going to get them. So I think there's definitely room for both in there. But we all know there's only so many collector's dollars going around, and we know Zombie will be a little more expensive than these mass-produced Mattel Retros. And they're starting off with some hot firepower in Mean Gene and Roddy Piper. I hope all lines are successful. You guys know me, the more wrestling figures, the better. But that's just my thoughts on the whole retro thing. And I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more Saturday on Weekly Purchases. I wanted to do this video because Weekly Purchases will be a 4-hour video if I included all this in there. So I said, hey, it's time for a bonus separate action figure announcement video, and that's exactly what you got here. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel. If you like this, my thoughts, my take on these figures, I have them all the time on the channel. We unbox everything under the sun, including pretty much every wrestling figure known to man. So make sure you're subscribed to me on the channel and follow me on Instagram at _Kyle_Peterson, Twitter at SirPaul64 for all kinds of other news. So for the day that WARLORD was officially announced, my excitement level's at an all-time high. I'm Kyle. I'll see you guys all real soon.